Welcome back into the Primetime Drive here at Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM. We have several people we're going to be talking to over the next few minutes. Dale Conder is with us now, and Dale is a candidate for judge in the 26th Judicial District. He is the first of 6 candidates that we'll be talking to over the next few weeks. But he is, this judicial district is Henderson and Chester and Madison County, and it has been for a long time. I mean, districts changing a lot of things, but this judicial district has stayed steady over the last decades. And Roger Page has moved up to the Court of Appeals, and so we have an open judgeship. And when we do, people that have been thinking about it in their career jump into this race. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Steve. Glad to be here.
What is your background? You're from where? And
Steve, I'm from Jackson. Grew up here and graduated from JCM in 1981. Okay. Went to Jackson State. Got an associate's degree at Jackson State. Went up to UT Martin and graduated from Martin, and then law school at UT Knoxville.
Okay. When did you decide to become a lawyer? Was it something you wanted to do, or did that evolve in your life? Or
I think it evolved more than anything. But I had a degree, and I always tell people I had a degree in political science, and so my options were limited. But
that's kind of like my degree. So we're majored in religion. Not a lot you can do with that on the economic basis.
But I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I've been with Rainey Kaiser for 20 years. Do all kinds of litigation over there. A lot of jury trials. Civil rights work, did a lot of complicated constitutional cases, and I've handled car wreck cases, breach of contract cases. I'm all over the place on it.
What made you decide to step out and to seek this judgeship?
Well, as you alluded to earlier, these don't come open that often.
Right, they don't.
And somebody asked me the other day, does every lawyer want to be a judge? And I don't think so. I know lots of lawyers who don't want to be judges. Being a judge is something that I have thought about for a long time that I would like to do. And this opportunity came up. One of our associates in our Memphis office called me, and she said, I think you ought to try for this. You'd be good at it. And I kind of blew it off at first, but the more I thought about it and talked about it with my wife, and we prayed about it and talked to some other friends and decided, this was something I should pursue. So I applied to the Judicial Nominating Commission.
All right, what is that appeal then of being a judge? What does it call you to do in your life then? There has to be some, because you're obviously with a successful law firm, and
that's right.
Have done well in this, and as you said, not everybody aspires to that. Just like some attorneys I've been around don't enjoy a courtroom. I mean,
that's right.
They like the research or other aspects. The fascinating thing about the law is you can do many things.
That's right. That's right.
So what is this in being a judge that you see?
I think that that it's something that I would be good at and something that I would enjoy, and by that I mean that my personality, I'm not the center of attention in any room. I'm more reserved and listen to people and analyze it. I don't make knee-jerk decisions or jump to conclusions, and I think that's something that I would be good at doing as a judge, is to listen to what the arguments that the parties have, that the sides have on whatever the issue or the case may be, and then taking the law and applying that to that particular set of circumstances to make that decision. To in some it's a bit of a cliche, but to give back something to the community that I've been a part of for all my life.
I used to cover court a lot, and I haven't in a long time, but the circuit experience that I saw was primarily criminal law. I mean, I know that they can handle civil cases and do some, but with our chancery system, we have a different kind of system in Tennessee than many states, and it can be both. My impression is that most of the work is criminal work.
That's right, Steve. Most of the work is criminal work. I don't know what the percentage is, but most of it is criminal work, and they handle civil cases too. It's general jurisdiction, jury trials, bench trials in some cases. They can handle breach of contract actions. They can handle divorces.
A lot of things. We have a chancery system in our state, and like I said, we have a chancery system and which gets into a whole different type of thing. And so we have an odd mix in Tennessee compared to some states.
That's right.
But some would look at that, and we're talking to Dale Conder. Dale is seeking the position of judge in the 26th Judicial District, which is Madison, Henderson, and Chester County. And this judicial district, we've changed districts on Congress, a lot of other things out there, but this has been a pretty solid judicial district for a long time.
That's right. Yes, it has.
And so Judge Taylor and Judge Walker, and I got in the news work with the judge, and we've been through many, and they have been good judges, I think, generally in this district. We've been fortunate.
That's right.
To have this. But the criminal work, some people would look at that and go, that's just not my cup of tea,
Well, it's a lot of it is in the criminal area would involve a lot of statutes and it's I find it interesting anyway, and analyzing it, the constitutional aspects of it that apply in constitutional law, and seeing to it that the criminal defendant's rights are protected, and that the state puts on its proof and proves its case as it should.
In making the decision, and once again, Dale Conder is with us, in making the decision to step up, because we have probably a minimal political, not like Texas.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. We have a political system here we directly elect judges at this level. We appoint them at the appellate level and then affirm them. So I guess Tennessee is trying in many ways to minimize the politics of this. And there are things that y'all are expected to abide by in conducting these campaigns as well. Right?
That's right. Lawyers who are running in a judicial race have to abide by the canons of judicial ethics that normally just govern judges. But if you're running for a judge, you've got to abide by that. And judicial candidates can't ask for money directly. They can't tell people, this is how I would rule on this particular case, or something of that nature. So
So how do you campaign then?
I talk to people about my experience,
Okay.
because I think the things you need to look for in a judge, because these are very important elections. The judicial system, getting tongue-tied, the judicial branch is very important. And you need men and women in those positions who have experience and who have the integrity that justify the voters' trust. So I talk to the voters about my experience, and I'm certainly far from perfect, but I've tried to live my personal life and conduct my professional life in a way that reflects integrity in that, and that's what the voters need is to choose somebody with the experience and with the integrity to justify their trust in getting their vote.
Okay. How are you finding this experience? I know we're in the early days of this. This election's in August, but if you're running, it gets here pretty quickly, because we get into advanced voting middle of July, and then you think, well, that's a long way off. And sometimes we don't focus on elections till we get in the last 30 days or so.
That's right.
But how have you found this experience so far?
Actually, I've enjoyed it. It's my first run in a political race, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking to folks and getting out to meet them, and I've found all the voters are open and receptive to listening to what I have to say and to giving me consideration for their vote.
Okay. How do you get in front of people in doing this? It's I don't know. You have to start from scratch, I guess, right?
Start from scratch. You have friends who invite folks over to their house, and you go by and meet with them. You knock on doors.
Build that network out there.
Go to the network. People you know, get them to talk to folks they know.
Okay. In your legal work, and once again, Dale Conder with us, you system this circuit. Each one of these counties is very unique, very different.
That's right. Yes.
And it is, but like I said, this, as long as I've been here and picking it up, and my experience goes back into the 1970s, but this judicial district has stayed the same, and
it has.
It's been a solid one. Like I said, it's had I think looking at, some people would be concerned in a rural area of West Tennessee the kind of judges you would get, but I think the judges we've had in the circuit have been excellent men, caliber.
They have.
It's been my experience. But Dale, it's very good to see you. Wish you the best. There a theme to your campaign or anything you're trying to set out there specifically you want to talk about?
Well, there is. One of the things is that I applied to the Judicial Nominating Commission, and you complete an application process. They check the references, and then they have a public hearing, and I went through all that. And I'm one of the 3 that names were sent to the governor for consideration for interim appointment. I'm the only one who got the unanimous vote of the Judicial Nominating Commission, and my experience and my integrity, I think, is what's important to justify the voters in voting for me.
The governor has made no move to appoint anyone here.
He is not.
Is that to be interpreted he's not going to, or do you know? Do you get word?
I don't know. I haven't been told, but he's always appointed somebody. It's always somewhere between 60 to 90 days. We're in that window now.
Yeah, we're in that window. It's just you get appointed, and then you get to run in August.
That's right. That's right.
So well, congratulations to you on that. Dale Conder with us. He is running for the Circuit Judge Judicial District 26. If people want to contact you or contact your campaign, how do they do that?
They can send me an email at dale@conderforjudge.com, and my website is conderforjudge.com.
Okay, conderforjudge.com, and check that out. Dale Conder with us, and he is one of 6 candidates that is seeking the position of Circuit Judge 26 Judicial District. like I said, usually when you get past those first elections, unless something horrible comes up in your life, those judges stay.
That's right.
So it's a big decision for all of these candidates to seek this position, and then a key decision for all of us here in that judicial district. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Steve.
Wish you the
enjoyed it.
best.
Thanks.
It is 4:29 on the Primetime Drive here at Jackson's News Talk.